Siti Ong Jimenez, ICROP, Office of ASEAN and Pacific Affairs, Department of Foreign Affairs, representing the Honorable Ms. Teresa P. Lazaro, the Secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs in the Philippines and Chairman of the ASEAN Ladies Foundation, Her Excellency Megawati Dato' Paduka Haji Manang, Ambassador of Brunei Darussalam, His Excellency Sonak Sai Wanaksai, Ambassador of Lao PDR, His Excellency Lai Tai-ping, Ambassador of Vietnam, His Excellency Marciano Octavio Garcia da Silva, Ambassador of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste, Mr. Yu Sok Ko, Charge d'Affaires and Republic of Myanmar, Mr. Kim Amanat, Charge d'Affaires of Cambodia, Mr. Faisal Sarip, Director of Tourism Malaysia, Manila, Ms. Noor Faradiza Putri Naim Zahid, President of ASEAN Ladies Foundation, my dear Under Secretaries of the various agencies of the Philippines, Board of the ASEAN Ladies Foundation, my dear friends from the government officials from the many other agencies, Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, my dear friends from the stakeholders of tourism in Philippines, distinguished guests, members of the media, to my team from the Embassy of Malaysia, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat, selamat pagi as we say in Bahasa Malaysia, and welcome. First and foremost, it gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to today's Malaysia Tourism Arts and Culture Food Festival 2025 and the official launching of Visit Malaysia 2026 in Manila. I'm so happy to see so many of you braving the traffic this morning and of course coming to this wonderful center called One Ayala. So today is an opportunity not only to support ASEAN Philippines, ASEAN Malaysia, and of course the various stakeholders here, but also a time for you to shop in One Ayala. So please, I'm marketing for One Ayala today, so please go and shop after this. Enjoy the wonderful community here. This event is more than a festival. It is a bridge of friendship between Malaysia and Philippines, and of course our other ASEAN member states, in bringing our two peoples together through the universal language of culture, cuisine and hospitality. This year, we gathered under the theme of campaign called Surreal Experiences. This theme highlights the richness, diversity and vibrancy of Malaysia as a destination. Here, I would like to say that Malaysia is not only about beautiful beaches or buzzing cities, but also about experiences that linger in memory and touch with heart. With Malaysia Visit 2026, our aim is to welcome 47 million visitors, and of course each visitor we hope will leave with stories worth sharing and experiencing. Already the signs are encouraging. From January to July this year, more than 349,000 Filipinos visited Malaysia, representing 8.7% increase compared to the same period in 2024. These numbers are not just statistics, but it shows the proof of growing warmth and strength of friendship. In this call, I also like to encourage more Malaysians who are present here to encourage Malaysians to visit Philippines, because I think one of the best ways to know and love a country and of course get closer to one another is to visit this wonderful country called Philippines. I had the distinct pleasure of visiting Faith College yesterday. It's in Tawe in Batangas, and two of the officials of the lecturers from the students are here. And I was brought to this room where they displayed scenes of Malaysia. I was so impressed how the students themselves, portrayed what Malaysia is all about, right down to the heart. They even had the live mannequin representing the various ethnicities of Malaysia. That shows how much the students learn about Malaysia. At the same time, this is something that is so important for us to realize that we need to really understand each one another through culture and arts to actually understand. And my congratulations to you. I was so moved yesterday. I didn't want to leave the college, but I had to come back. But again, this is something we need to continue to push and of course continue to encourage, especially younger generation, to learn about one another. Today, of course, the festival you're going to enjoy today and tomorrow will give a glimpse of what visitors await visitors to Malaysia. Today we have the cultural performance by the Kebaya Nona Fashion showcased by Dr. Castelino, who is present here today over there. And we also, which highlights the tradition of both timeless and contemporary fashion. I hope also it supports the halal tourism here through modest fashion, which I hope they also work on. And we also, from our kitchen, we have a beloved Datu Chef Ismail, Chef Ismail Ahmad, which are one of the celebrity chefs present here today. And of course, he will treat you to an authentic Malaysian cuisine that speaks of heritage and creativity in equal measure. For those who are thinking of next journey, we have several travel agencies here with package. It makes visiting Malaysia more easier and more attractive than ever. Beyond Malaysia, we also look at the regional spirit we share. On my right-hand side, we have the ASEAN Coffee and Tea Diplomacy program hosted by the wonderful ASEAN Ladies Foundation. Of course, our Vice President of ASEAN Ladies Foundation, Melvin, is here. And it celebrates the tradition of coffee. You know, for those who know, coffee is one of the most, I would say, growing industry in the Philippines and in Malaysia. Just point of fact, Philippines consumes almost 60,000 tons of coffee, but only produces almost 25. So that shows there's a strong potential for coffee growth here. And I think today's undertaking done by the Asian Ladies Foundation, congratulations, showcases how coffee can be a part of this growing industry in the Philippines and in Malaysia and all the ASEAN countries. I'm looking forward to having coffee from them, but please support them and go and enjoy the wonderful coffee and the other products they have there. So besides that, as I mentioned, the initiative not only celebrates our shared culinary heritage, but also channels its proceeds to non-profit organizations, reminding that ASEAN can blend tradition, innovation, and social responsibility in a way that benefits the wider community. We have also food being sold by Perwakilan Manila, who have been working the whole of last night. I could smell the food when I walked to the embassy this morning, which I never tried. I'm going to try later. Please also support them in their quest to raise funds for charitable organizations. I assure you it's delicious. Although they never give me anything free, I have to buy for them. Never mind, charity. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, tourism is a vital driver for economies and societies. It creates jobs, encourages investment, and fosters mutual understanding between peoples. With 238 direct flights now operating between the Philippines and Malaysia, and new routes to connect Cebu and Kuala Lumpur, we are expanding gateways for people-to-people exchange. These connections are more than just travel. They are about building ASEAN integration and laying the foundation for a sustainable future. Malaysia in this context is so happy and proud to be a global leader in halal tourism and modest fashion. These sectors, while important for Muslim travels, are increasingly recognized worldwide as a symbol of inclusivity, ethical practice, and high standards. And here again, I must congratulate the Philippine government for its inclusive nature, including all the various religions in Philippines. I myself am a Muslim, and I must say, living in Philippines, I can feel the love and the inclusive nature of all Filipinos. I've always been welcomed very well everywhere I go, and the love and warmth they show, especially to the Muslim community, is something we can be proud of. And I think the whole sector they're working on, the halal industry in the Philippines, will continue to grow, and Malaysia, of course, are ready to support them in all sectors of the halal industry towards this end. We of course see tremendous opportunities for collaboration between Malaysia and Philippines in this area. This can take many forms, to knowledge sharing, joint participation in international expos. I'd like to also say that the Malaysian International Halal Showcase, MIHAS, which is going to happen in September this year, and for co-developing tourism products designed for diverse and responsible travelers. MIHAS itself is proven in this market, generating almost $1 billion sales in 2024, and I'm informed by my dear friend from DTR, Mr. Alim Gupal, the head of the Halal Board, that there will be Filipino companies participating this year in MIHAS also. As Malaysian chairs ASEAN this year under the theme Inclusivity and Sustainability, we see tourism as a natural platform to advance these values. Tourism brings communities together, uplifts local economies, and builds cultural appreciation across borders. This is fully in line with the United Nations Sustainable Goals, which calls on us to ensure that tourism enriches visitors by while preserving heritage, sustaining the environment and empowering local communities. These are not abstract goals, my dear friends. These are practical responsibilities that we share in making industries more resilient and forward-looking.